Hey guys, Papa MC here. And welcome back to Papa MC Helps, episode 3. Now I'm so unprepared because my computer had a reset and I'd actually lost the file for episode 3, so I'd already recorded episode 3. Went to go upload it now, realised I don't have it, so as you can see I'm even, done the thing and stuff. So like always, we're going to recap the last previous episodes. Before we get into this episode. So in episode 1, we navigated the Spotify for Artists page. 404 presents The Bash, which is coming up very soon. Album covers. Promo cards. Now you can go back and watch episode 1 to get the full breakdown on this. In fact, episode 1 is down. If you head to my page here and then go the full season 1, which is episode 1, episode 2, and the little surprise episode 2.5. And when this video is published, episode 3 will sit right here. So I do highly recommend going to watch the others, because a little recap isn't going to, one tiny little recap at the start of a video is not going to cover 31 minutes, 39 minutes, So this is how to get to your Spotify for Artists. So head to the page, claim your artist. I showed you viewing the homepage. I showed you how to view statistics, how to view upcomings. I gave you all the information you'll need for 404 Presents. I gave you a little rundown on the Bash. I showed you how I make my album covers, which where's a good example actually? Where is it? Here's an example. So my album cover has a few components. You have the main image, which is this bit here. You have the album title, the artist name, and a label. Now, for most people, if you're an independent, that would be gone. So it might look like, people might change it around a bit. Or something that has seemed to be trendy recently is that in itself could just be an album cover. In fact, that is an album cover. Slap on the label logo and you're fine. Now, I actually might use my mate's label as an example for this. Maybe not. We'll use my label as an example. The 404 label. Okay. Anyway, I showed you the promotional cards or promo card from DistroKid, which has the coming soon in the new release. This is episode 2. So I showed you songwriting, music GPT, how to get inspiration, how to find your genre and see what matches your style, and creating Spotify canvas and adding it to your song. So I gave you all these, you just got to have a topic in mind and then write down ideas. All ideas need to be written down. And then music GPT time. So I said, don't hesitate to send it to me via email if you'd like. That was showing you inspiration. And then I showed you genres and BPM differences to see what your style is. And then I gave you this little, I'm a producer and I choose drum and bass as my style. From time to time I have a quick genre switch, but nothing usually too out of the ordinary, because I'm usually sticking to drum and bass with the high energy and it's easy to stick with. And with a faster BPM, and I'd like you to take all that BPM matters, because I showed you a simple drum beat with multiple different BPMs. Now in episode 4, I will actually have those. I'll have the different BPMs on my Google Drive, so I'll show you again. I showed you how to create a canvas and what a canvas was. Here we go, the simple drum pattern on Soundtrap. I showed you about BPM. This is the bonus time for visuals. And this was the surprise, this was the episode 2.5 and the way for canvas. That's one I used to make. And that's an example one. But if you look at my Spotify, you will see that all the canvases have changed. I'll be back in a minute. Back again, as I was saying, if you look at my Spotify songs, you'll see if this will wake up. But I haven't changed them all to exactly like that, but I have changed them. If you know how real sneaky I am, I actually uploaded 2 of them this morning. The one from my album, and the one from a single, but every single canvas has a different thing. So if we go to visual, every single release has a visual. Like South, just got a train one. And these were all created with Canva. Canva and templates. So this is Night Circus. This is the Skullbreaker EP. Or single. This is 404 Issues. This is Chasm. This is Body. This is Noah's Song. This is the album, as I say. And there was a couple more. This is Abnormal. And this is Mind, and so they both have the same one. And this is the Raver EP. So I should do that in 2.5. Now this is episode 3. And we're doing it differently. So I've recapped the previous episodes, and now we're going to cover one topic. The bash is the only thing that I've planned this intensely. So the point of this presentation here is to give you a little insight on who I am, who 404 is, and what the bash is. Because at the end of the day, this series not only is it to help you guys and show you that BPM matters, but it's also to help you guys get to know me a bit better. So Papa's Bassheads presents the Extraordinary Drum and Bass Bash. Now, I'm sorry the slideshow is bland. I'm just showcasing what's been behind the bash, what I've been up to behind the scenes, what's in the near future, and what the hell the bash is and when it'll be. And a look into who's into the bash, but not too many spoilers. So I am Papa MC, a drum and bass producer from NZ who's slowly expanding his music into the whole EDM scene. Basically like techno, house, hard style, hard tech, anything that's electronic dance music, I've started to produce, like dubstep. Scalebreaker is actually dubstep and drum and bass. So I've just, I'm still in the drum and bass scene, but I'm slowly going to the electronic dance music scene as well, like the full thing. Now, my main focus with my music is a future career, and of course, my favorite subgenre of drum and bass is jump up. If you could not tell, I love to glorify jump up because it's fun. Now, I don't mind AI music. In fact, I've made it myself. 404 issues, abnormal. So yeah, I've done it before. And I'm also a videographer, and I have a production channel, Darkwave Productions. And I've made a music video for Paradise, and one for Flux is on its way. Now, I've been into drum and bass for years now. My favorite artist is Macky Gee, who also happens to have created the song Flavour for Vapour. I'm not 100% sure if I spelled that right, which is the first drum and bass track I ever heard. So as I say, I thought I'd help you to get to know me a bit better as well. So the whole series is a way to show you who I am and also help you guys. Now, I enjoy creating jump up drum and bass in any EDM. Now, I'm also a songwriter, and I've written the song I created with AI, Abnormal, and I have a few more on the way that I've created. Now, I did not write 404 issues. And one last bit, I love creating album art, and I love finding inspiration anywhere and everywhere. It's the same for songwriting. I enjoy all elements of creating music, whether it's the beat, the writing the lyrics, and creating with life, creating an insane looking album cover. All aspects into the music making. It's fun. Now, 404 is a self-created music label founded by Tim D and myself. Well, co-founded by myself. So it started as a cool random idea in which we were thinking about one night when we were talking about releasing my music to Spotify. And then we asked ChatGPT for a list of names. I got him to pick his favorite. We got to work within minutes. We had our branding, our plan, and now we do it. So in saying that, music really does have mysterious ways of working, of course. And a saying that we like to have: follow that tune, follow the music. Wherever the music takes you, follow it. Now let's talk bash. So June 2026 could not be better. For those of you who have been following since at least February this year, you'll know a thing or two about the bash. It's mainly all I talk about on my social media because it's coming fast. So it's my live stream drum and bass event, well, EDM event, which will be streamed onto YouTube, and instead of recording it, I'll just leave the live replay up. I was going to record it for SoundCloud, but SoundCloud can only handle 2 hours, and I can tell the bash is going to be quite a bit longer than 2 hours, probably. So I'll leave the replay up. There are multiple people who are involved, so I've been talking with many people. So we've got Tim D, who is our top contributor, apart from myself. I am 10, who is a rap beat maker, and he's attempted drum and bass a few times. Ludub's UK. Now I've worked with him on many tracks, so I thought why not ask him for some tracks too. Datacore and Zenith, or Datacore and Zenith as they call themselves, are a techno duo from Maine, USA. And they've only worked with a few people and aren't yet serious about music. But they worked with me and they're teaming up with Ludubs to create their own label, the Les Dub, which is that. The Les Dub, which was this here. The Les Dub. So yeah, exciting times. And of course myself, I've got mini tracks including bootlegs and dubs for the bash. And so thank you guys. Don't forget the bash date, June 6, 2026, 10:30am YouTube, New Zealand Standard Time. And of course, planning the bash has been fun. It's been an experience and it has been amazing. And as mini season 1, been amazing to plan. And season 2 and the rest of season 1, etc. It's all gonna go amazingly. Now there are many aspects into planning, including, having slideshows upon slideshows. I've got the bash slideshow here, whereas I've also got, if we go to my homepage on Canva, I've also got the bash, which has got all the tunes on it so far. We've got the slideshow we just looked at, Puppy MC Helps. We've got the thumbnails here, Spotify Canvas, the logo. Ones that didn't have things because they weren't going to be songs. It's just Seven Nation Army. It's been an experience creating all this stuff. And I'm sure I did have. Did I have one for? I don't even know. Oh yeah, I had a little presentation for the dub pack that me and Lou Dubs created. I believe that's what this one is. Oh yes, this is the dub pack. So let's just take a look through here. So Iron Lung. So we've been working on this dub pack for 3 weeks, and it was on SoundCloud. And we're looking on a YouTube release that's Scanning Protocol and Iron Lung. Now our target audience is for anyone who's interested in drum and bass. The dub pack, which we've done, has multiple subgenres, but it wouldn't be a Puppy MC set if I didn't have an announcement. The bash. Oh, this must have been a little miniature live rave that I was planning. So the Extraordinary Drum and Bass Bash is a drum and bass set hosted by Puppy MC. It'll be streamed to YouTube as its main source. Now I was going to record it, but I won't. But we'll keep the live replay. And so far we had, at this current time, we had dubs from Tim D, Puppy MC, and Lou Dubs. But now we've got a lot more. The deadline was last Thursday, May 7th, so we're getting into that territory. So I'm Puppy MC, I'm a drum and bass beat producer from rural parts of New Zealand. With my beats, you'll find a style for anyone, liquid included soon. And I'd love to hear your drum and bass. So, at the time, the bash is coming soon, and this is my first ever release onto all platform speaker reviews. For Rhythm Not Found is a music label, which myself and Tim D, we've had multiple releases at the time, and speaker abuse was on its way. So that's all from Puppy MC. So yeah, it all comes down to planning and planning and planning. Plan. And yeah, follow that music, follow that tune, and we'll catch you in episode 4 next week. So that is Papa MC out. Now this isn't the shortest one. It's not the longest one. I've got ones that are like 39 minutes, 31 minutes. We've also got one that was 7 minutes. So this is probably a decent length. But anyway, that's Papa MC out for episode 3.